This week on the 414, it's about performance influencer marketing, using AI to help set up campaigns and content DNA to increase recall and effectiveness. Hi, I'm James Rostance and welcome to the 414. Each week with some of the greatest minds in marketing. And joining me today is a man with a unique perspective and handle on influencer marketing, with experience in being a well-followed television star and now agency director. Welcome, Stevie Johnson.
James.
So Stevie, for those already familiar with influencer marketing, I'd like to jump straight into the more advanced area of content DNA. Could you tell me about that and what that involves?
Content DNA is a correlation or consistency amongst pieces of content that influencers produce during a campaign. For example, a brand might be working with 10 different influencers, but each piece of content that's produced, while staying true to the influencer's audience and their style of work, has that DNA aligned across it and consistency throughout. To the naked eye, if you like, it might seem as though all pieces of content have been produced by one influencer, whereas in reality, it's been produced by multiple influencers working to a specific brief on a certain campaign.
So what would you say are the benefits of establishing and implementing a content DNA strategy?
Each campaign is different, but implementing a strategy of content DNA can be beneficial because it means that the audience viewing this type of content is constantly reminded of the campaign and the brand. Now, we don't want to see the exact same 10 posts from different influencers during a campaign, but we do want to see that consistency and similarity throughout. And that's what makes a campaign recognizable. And that for me is something that can be really key in campaign effectiveness and recall.
So one thing I'm following very closely is the development of AI in marketing. And I'd love to know what you're doing with the technology and how it's likely to change influencer marketing.
One of the biggest challenges we faced early on was categorizing influencers. And the way that we'd categorize them would be through hashtags, keywords, and what they're talking about. Now, hashtags and so on can do a pretty good job of that, but they don't do an amazing job because there's so much more behind an image or a piece of content that a hashtag can't describe. If you like, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So when we search for influencers and what they're talking about, say fitness for example, we like to see how engaged their audience is with that topic. And what we found is a lot of influencers now aren't actually using these hashtags and keywords. So if the influencer isn't talking about fitness, we thought, well, how interesting could it be through AI that we could determine that an influencer actually is talking about fitness and exercise, even though it's not in the words, is it in the picture? So we partnered with Amazon's image recognition team, whereby we can now, on our platform, search via tags and labels through thousands of images. And what we can do is we can pull that data for our clients and basically determine with them the right influencer to work with on a specific campaign. And what's really exciting about that as well is we're moving that into video as well, especially whilst video gets a lot more popular within this industry, as we've seen over the last few months. And as the technology continues to develop, we'll be able to go more and more granular with this, which is going to be really fascinating for brands.
So back in the present moment, what else do you see as being key for marketers realizing even greater results with their influencer marketing campaigns?
Well, James, that's the golden question. For me personally, I think it's vital that marketers know exactly where this content is being seen. So tapping into audience demographics to know exactly who they're targeting. I also think it's really important to stay on top of trends and not be afraid to take risks as social media features continue to roll out. If you look at Instagram stories, 2 years ago it didn't exist. Now it has 200 million daily users. So that, along with more transparent reporting, has become a really key strategy for some of our clients. I also think it'll be interesting with the launch of IGTV, how that develops and how brands can look to monetize that, because that's going to be an incredibly powerful tool in influencer marketing moving forward.
Stevie, thank you very much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, James.
If you would like to learn more about advanced strategies and considerations for influencer marketing, then visit the414.net to watch extended content in the 414 Extra. I'm James Rostance, thank you for watching.